Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Tim, back with another video. Out just enjoying some fresh air on a Sunday morning. Had to get out the house a little bit, but I just wanted to talk today about how I'm coping with everything that is going on in the world these days. I know I haven't been like as positive in my videos lately. Someone commented that, and it's true. I usually have a message that's just like, firmly steeped in positivity. These days I haven't been being as positive. I've been being positive. I haven't been being as positive. And I also realized too that it might seem like I've been poking a lot of fun at the current situation we're going through, because I have been doing a lot of laughing and giggling. Y'all know me, it don't matter what it is, I'm gonna laugh and all that. But I feel like maybe I haven't done a good job of talking about exactly why I'm able to still laugh and joke, but really like how I'm coping. You know, I feel like I've been a little all over the place on this channel lately, which is understandable because the world is all over the place. But I did want to talk about what my major coping mechanism has been these past few weeks, and that would be something I've talked about before, that's Stoicism. Okay, I consider myself kind of a beginning Stoic. Stoicism is kind of a philosophy that originated, hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago maybe. Some of the Stoics you might have heard of are Epictetus, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, some of my favorites. But one of the main tenets of Stoicism, and the one that I've really been using and incorporating lately, is really the fact that you only have control of the things you have control of. And I know that seems simple, but a lot of times in life we don't embrace that, we don't embrace the fact that the only thing we have control of is the things we have control of. There are so many things in this world, in this universe, that we just have absolutely no control over. It doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter what we do. It's out of our hands. And that's really what I've been focusing on these past few weeks. There are so many, one of the main things that causes us the most worry is that there's so many different outcomes that could come out of the situation we're going through now. And if you've watched any of my live streams, sometimes I go on for hours talking about some of these. There are just so many different things that could happen. So many things are uncertain, so many things are up in the air, and you can just spend, especially when you're sitting at home, in quarantine or laid off and have nothing else to do, you could just spend all day just going over different scenarios in your mind, and just different outcomes, and all you're seeing, especially when the news is geared in a very negative manner these days, whatever you put in your brain is what your brain is going to give you back. So for the past month or so, all you've been giving it is negativity about everything that's going on with the health issues and the economy, people being laid off their jobs. If all you've been doing is ingesting negativity about that stuff, guess what? All your brain is going to do is give you back negativity about that stuff. So it's real easy to just get caught up in this loop of just negativity and doubt and uncertainty and fear, and you just keep coming up with all these horrible scenarios of what your life is going to look like a week from now, a month from now, 6 months from now. And so then the next instinctive thing to do is to try to figure out how you can keep all this stuff from happening to you, and you start working. Now, as a Stoic, and anyone who practices Stoicism, I highly recommend it. You just have to tell yourself, you have to shut your brain down on a lot of that. Just tell yourself, things are going to happen. I personally am of the opinion that things are going to get a little worse before they get better. Things are going to happen, but honestly, there is nothing, most of it we can do about. There is nothing we can do about being laid off. There's nothing we can do about there being, a health pandemic going on right now. There's nothing we can do about how people are going to react. There's nothing we can do about if the economy starts to crash. Nothing we can do about it. These things are just going to happen on their own. Now, there are some little things we can do to protect ourselves. It's not saying don't try to, look ahead and see if there's anything you can do to protect yourself, protect your family. Not saying that. But you have to just embrace the fact that what's going to happen is going to happen. Nothing you can do about it. And that's actually been the way the world has been your whole life. The problem is, like, when things get really bad, we start thinking about it more. When things are good, we believe like that we're in control and we're controlling everything. When things get bad, then we have to realize, oh yeah, we're not in control at all. And we don't like that. As humans, we don't like that. But that is really the only way I found for me to cope in bad situations, is just to stop worrying about what's going to happen. And here's something very important too. I just try to prepare myself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to be able to deal with whatever's going to happen. I have no control over what's going to happen, or I have very little control over what's going to happen in the future. I just want to be prepared enough to deal with it whenever it happens. I just want to endure. That's what I'm looking to these days, is endurance. I just want to get my mind, my body in a place where no matter what happens, I can endure. No matter what the world sends at me, no matter how bad, no matter how crazy, I just want to be able to endure. You know, I'm not expecting much in the I'm not expecting much in the near future. You know, I had a lot of goals and dreams and things like that, and I still have them, but if those have to be put on hold, I'm cool with that. Okay. I just want to endure. I just want to survive. I just want to be here a year from now. So things I'm sure are going to happen that are going to challenge that. Things are going to happen that are not going to make that easy. But my goal is to just endure. And that's all I'm working on these days. Excuse me, a little something in my eye. That's all I'm working on these days. You know, I've just, you know, it was beyond my control. I can't do anything about it. All I can do is control how I react to it. And I'm not going to react crazy, not going to jump out the box no matter what happens, not going to let it get me down. I am just dead set on enduring, getting through it. And this is kind of why I feel like my attitude, while I definitely, you know, like to talk about what's going on, I like to share my predictions for the future, part of me has just like let go. Part of me is just released. That's why all this stuff is funny. Not all of it, but and of course the fact that, you know, anytime there's human pain, suffering, things like that, that is not a humorous situation. But in general, I can laugh about a lot of things I think are going to happen. Like, you always hear me laughing about, you know, us all being broke because we ain't got no jobs, stuff of that nature. Yeah, it's gonna suck if I run out of money, and I literally, like, really have to be down at the soup kitchen or the food kitchen or going days without eating. Yeah, that's gonna suck. It probably won't be a laughing matter. It won't be a laughing matter that when your stomach's touching your back. But I know I'll endure. I know I will endure. And another thing that I dwell on too is that it may not be anytime soon, or it could be, you never know. But when the day does come, that it is time for me to move on to my next plane of existence, move on to my next life, whatever that is, or to just, I don't know, if this is the end of it, whatever. Whenever that day comes, that it's the end of this life, whatever that leads to, once again, that'll be something I have no control over. It'll just be time. So instead of sitting around worrying about that and trying to do everything I can to stop that from happening, I've just embraced the fact that one day that day is going to come and there's nothing I can do about it. Bad things are going to happen in the world in the near future. There's nothing I can do about it. You know, so what it kind of makes me do is I'm less worried about the future because I know I'm going to endure, or I'm going to try to endure whatever comes my way. It doesn't matter if it's bad, really bad, really bad, whatever. I'm going to try my best to endure. And if I get to a point of endurance where I can no longer go on and it's the end of this life for me, well, it is what it is. It's like, it's not a big issue to me. And I think this comes from years of you know, studying Stoicism, and it's not a mindset you get overnight, but it's definitely it's freeing. I just don't worry. I used to worry when I thought I was in control of everything and I had to figure everything out. I worried all the time. I don't worry now. It's gonna do what it's gonna do, and all I can do is react in the manner I think is best to get me through it. If that's wrong, well, you know what I'm saying? If it's right, cool. But at the end of the day, all I can do is what I can do. That's all I can do. The world's gonna do what it's gonna do. The economy's gonna do what it's gonna do. This cold is gonna do what it's gonna do. My fellow humans are gonna do what they're gonna do. All I can do is Tim. And regardless of the outcome, that's gonna be enough. Like, I have no set desire on what my outcome has to be. I think that's part of it too. I have no set desire on what my outcome has to be. You know, I'd hope to keep living for many, many years and do lots of other cool stuff. But if that doesn't happen, well, you know, if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So I just wanted to make that video and just kind of share that outlook with y'all. Hopefully that made sense. You know, just I know these are very worrying times, but don't fill your whole day. Don't fill these, which might be some of the last, for a while, some of these last semi-carefree days you have with worry. If things are going to get worse, well then, yeah, enjoy these relatively good times. And if things get better, well then, you know, it would have been pointless to spend all this time worrying. So let me know what you think about that in the comment box below. I think I'll put some links to some good Stoic literature, some good Stoic books down in the comment box below. So if you maybe, you know, you got some free time, you want to look them up on the internet or read those books, definitely some good reading material has helped me out a lot in life. Made me a much more calm, peaceful, happy person. Anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to y'all later.